Welcome back to another episode of Why Not Cook. You saw that title. Now let's get right into making these beef ribs. Okay, everybody. So today we're going to be making beef ribs. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to be making them in 2 separate dishes because, as you know, beef ribs, while they might not have that much meat on it, the bones are huge. So they're pretty large. So first things first, let's get some seasoning going. So here we have paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder, as well as kosher salt, black pepper, and a little bit of red chili flake. So what I'm going to do is just kind of mix that all together. Right, so here we have it. We're just going to mix it all together and create sort of like a rub. Alright, that's pretty well mixed. And you can use as much seasoning as you like, depending on the size of your ribs. Alrighty? So, let's just give them a nice sprinkle. And I'm going to do both. Okay? And of course, I've already washed my hands. The backside doesn't have that much meat. It's pretty much the bone. But still, let's go ahead and season that side as well. Right? Why not? We want to get as much seasoning on both sides of these as we can. So what I'm going to be doing is actually making 2 different kinds of ribs. So now these are pretty much good to go. Let's get these all rubbed up. So what I'm going to be doing is making 2 different kinds, as I was saying. I'm going to be making barbecue, and I'm going to put jerk seasoning on these 3 here. And again, you can use your favorite barbecue sauce, any type of sauce you like. I'm going to be using a sweet and spicy barbecue sauce and a jerk seasoning for these. It's easy enough. No, long time to season these up. So all we're going to do, it's not complicated at all. But I'm going to go ahead and just finish rubbing all. I want to make sure I use all the seasoning. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just, for this set here, we're done. So I'm just going to go ahead and just close this with some foil and get these right in the oven. And for this other set, I'm going to be putting some jerk seasoning on them. So let me get my hands a quick wash and I'll be right back. Alright, so now that we got these seasoned up, I'm going to add the barbecue sauce later after we have pretty much finished cooking them. So let's go ahead and get these covered. And we're going to pop them in the oven between 4 and 450 for at least 45 minutes, and we will come back to check on them. Alright, so now for this set here, I'm going to add just a little drop of some browning, just to give it a little color. And then I'm going to be adding some jerk seasoning. I'm going to be using this one, which is a mild jerk seasoning. They also have hot and spicy. Feel free to use that one if you like it spicy. But I want to use the mild version. So I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of mild jerk seasoning. Again, I just washed my hands. I'm just going to just rub it on these beef ribs. So I'm going to rub the jerk seasoning in as well as the browning. The browning helps it to give a nice little caramelization as far as the color. And this is it. Pretty simple. Season up your meat, add your jerk seasoning, pop it in the oven. Simple enough. So again, let's just cover these with some foil, wash your hands, and pop this in the oven, and we'll be back in about 45 minutes or so. Okay, everybody, so here are our jerk ribs. After they have been in the oven for about 1 hour and 15 minutes, they are done. Again, it's beef ribs, as you can see, very big bones for a little bit of meat. That's how it is with beef ribs. All right, so let's move on over to our barbecue ribs. They are done as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and get some sauce on them. Okay, so here are the plain ribs. So I'm going to go ahead and add some barbecue sauce. They are done as well. Again, very little meat and a whole lot of bone on beef ribs, which is why I usually stick with buying pork ones, but decided to do some beef ribs this time. So I'm going to go ahead and just get some barbecue sauce on these. Use any sauce you like. I'm using a sweet and spicy sauce. So let me go ahead. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on here and put it back in the oven underneath broil to get it like caramelized on there. So we're only gonna put it under the broiler for a few minutes, maybe like 5 minutes the most. You don't really need it in there a long time because the ribs are done. Again, it's so funny to look at these dinosaur size ribs. That's how beef ribs are, with very little meat and a whole lot of bone. So let's go ahead and just pop these under the broiler and we'll be right back. And here we have our barbecue ribs nicely done. As you can see, it's super tender and hot. So next thing to do is let's make a plate. Okay, so here we have our plated barbecue and jerk beef ribs along with some steamed cabbage. So the first one I'm going to try is our jerk rib. As you can see, I already removed the bone. It literally just fell off the bone. So let's just go ahead and give this one a quick try. Perfectly done. Nicely seasoned, just a hint of spice. Again, we used a mild jerk seasoning. If you like it spicy, feel free to use the hot and spicy version. Okay, now let's try the barbecue one. I will go ahead and add a little bit more barbecue sauce, but let's just try the rib. That's good. Again, perfectly cooked. They're cooked at the same time. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little drop more of barbecue sauce. And there we have it. Now here we have my take on making beef, jerk, and barbecue ribs. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.